record this. Okay, we have Coach Murray Senior. Sena, I want to just say before we get to started, there was a boxing match where the old George Foreman won. The heavyweight champion Jim Lampley said, "It happened! It finally happened!" That's what I said when I saw you guys win that game against Roselle Catholic. I said, "It happened! It finally happened!" How'd you feel when the clock went zero?
That was probably the only time I realized that it actually happened. It took some, it's been such a journey against that team. They're always very talented, and
Yes,
every
I
year
respect them.
it's been a dogfight, but we just always fell on the short end. Probably bad coaching, I would say. But no, I mean, I was really happy for the boys. I mean, we figured it out and got a win against these guys. So.
I thought the key you've always gotten off to a good start, but they've always able to win the fourth quarter. But this time you guys did. What was the key?
Key was the season. I mean, this is a type of team. I kind of knew it early on when we started making a little bit of a run from January 1st and on. We would have games where we were kind of in a similar situation. Turn the ball over a little bit, maybe going in some stretches where we had some lulls. But this team was a little different. They figured out ways to make the next two big plays every time there was a situation like that. And I think fourth quarter, as you know, if you get into one of those situations, um, you've got to figure it out. And I think my kids did. They always seem to make a play when they need to.
You know what I love? The versatility of Dorsett, Mulcahy, and Prosper and Jamal Dixon. They're interchangeable parts. I was just watching them. They all could play the point guard, the two guard, the forward. And that's so important versatility wise.
Absolutely. And it's funny you mentioned that because every day we watch film, we
Mm-hmm.
always say, "Oh, it's a pretty good matchup for us," because we can switch him. We can switch him around. It's the craziest thing. We really haven't had a bad matchup in the sense of position, because all three of those guys can guard different positions, whether it's a 1, 2, or 3. Obviously, Dorset and Prosper with some length, and Jamal obviously really pressuring the ball. I mean, he's done a great job of
Yeah.
of making it very difficult for other guards to start their offense.
Now, Holy Cross, what do you know about them?
I don't know a lot. I just started watching film. Obviously, uh, it's not that I didn't want to. It's not that I don't think they were a good team, a great team, or whatever. But when you start this thing, you're looking at Rutgers Prep on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then you're like, it's not that you're getting ready for Rutgers Prep. You got to do your own job, but the team is a dangerous team. They're kind of similar in some ways to Roselle Catholic a little bit. I don't know if as talented as obviously
Yeah.
Lewis and Hunter are, but they have two guard wings, whatever they are, that score a lot of points, and they got a point guard that kind of reminds me a little bit of Chase Bray on Roselle Catholic. So looks like Roselle Catholic. I hope uh, they're not as good as Roselle Catholic. I hope because yeah, but like I said, and they're senior heavy. They got a lot of seniors, so that always works well for a team at this time of year. But yeah, I am. I
Is
think we match
Mulcahy
up
a
well.
junior?
No, Mulcahy is a senior.
Oh,
Mulcahy,
okay.
yeah, Mulcahy and Prosper are seniors. Jamal's a junior. Connor Junker's a junior, and Nico West, I call him the unsung hero of the team. Uh,
Yeah.
People don't realize like that kid does all the little stuff.
You
He's
gotta have
brilliant.
one. You gotta have one of those to win state championships.
1,000,000%, and he's perfect at that role. Yeah, so I think we have some versatility, as you mentioned. Um, yeah, look, if you win 24 games in a row, there's a reason for it. I mean, we haven't lost since January 1st, which is
All right,
unreal.
let's go back to January 1st. You lost to Linden. And after that, what was the changes that caused the streak?
I'll tell you honestly what the change was. So, look, the first two games, remember, I could not coach because of suspension I had last year. So we
Oh,
start off a little slow. Had some health issues with my wife. Unfortunately, everything's
okay.
good now. So
Good.
I really didn't get to practice with the team much. I think I had three practices, four
Wow.
maybe before the season started. Um, we started off slow, and you know, Dorset, early on was not that he was struggling, but I don't know if he was engaged. Let's use that word. And we kind of had a little bit of a powwow,
Hmm.
where we kind of like, because I brought him up to my office and, he said some words, I said some words, and good, and that's a good thing. And I think he figured it out. And
Okay.
and and once Dorsett figured it out, the rest of the team was going to go.
And winning is the best elixir to those issues.
1,000%. And just understanding like Dorsett was a little different than his brother. Paulie,
Hmm.
I could get on hard. Dorsett was a little different, So I had to back up as a coach too. The
Smart.
motivational push. Sometimes you got to realize it could work with some players and it might not work with others. So we both figured it out. And since that point, that Linda game for him was probably the drop of the season. He wasn't very good. I was hard on him, and but like I said, we figured that out, and from that point, I don't even talk to him half the time. I just let him just go because at this point, there's not much
Wow.
to tell him. So, and that's a good thing. Not
Yeah.
when my players are ready to figure out on their own, where I don't have to do too much, game coaching in a sense of screaming out, instructions. Then I know I have my team. Then I know I have my team. So I think that's a good thing.
I want to talk about when I originally met you. Your son was on the team and he was really good. What point did because you were an international player and he's really good? Was there ever a time where, like, we need to play one on one to settle something? Was that
With me and
ever
my
an issue?
with me and my son.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was too old at the point to do anything, but I
Oh,
always told I would outshoot him. I'll tell you that right now. You can talk all you want. I would outshoot. I still got my wrist. The legs didn't
okay.
work, but
There
my
you
wrist
go.
still work. Yeah, the wrist still work a little bit. So
I kind
yeah, I still have a little bit of that range.
uh-huh.
I joke around with my players too in practice. Afterwards around, I go, "Hey, you think you could beat me in a shoot around and whatever?" And yeah, it's difficult even for my guys to beat me right now. Yeah, I still
That's
got
what
it a
I'm
little
talking
bit.
about. I heard you were kind of the original Luca back in
I was,
overseas.
well, yeah. So I mean, I started at Seton Hall. I was a freshman, didn't play a lot. Sophomore year, started, had a really good start. John Morton, you probably remember him, great player at
Yeah.
Seton Hall. And me and John are best, really good friends. And he just, it was about a time before Coach Sena was kind of could have been sitting behind him. It was the right decision. But I transferred to Rhode Island, and the big thing for me there was Tom Penders introduced me to the power forward spot, which I never in my life thought I would ever do because I was a two guard. But it really helped me because it helped me understand multiple positions. And I think the versatility helped me. And I played 14 years in Europe, and I, to be honest with you, I never thought I could last that long. But being versatile, rebounding, and being able to handle a little bit, and shoot a little bit, really helped me. Yeah, yeah. So that's
Finally, before I let you go, this is a very difficult question. I'm gonna put you on the spot. The Mount Rushmore of Gill St. Bernard players.
oh man. I could do that for you, but okay. It would be hard for me to put a player on there that left his last year, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And I love Ty's battle. Trust me, I love him to death. I still talk to Ty Wiggins, but it's hard for me to do that. If you're asking me who my top five talented players is, I can do that for you.
Yeah. Go
All right,
ahead.
I'll do that because Rushmore, I got to go with guys that played 4 years. You know what I mean? That played,
Yeah.
that stayed the whole time, and that. So, ooh, wow, you're putting me on the spot. All right, at the one spot, I would probably say, I think I would say Jaron. I think Jaron would be the point guard, right? At the one. At the
Okay.
two, again, one of my well, at the all-time favorites is Alex Matola. That backcourt, forget about.
Woo, that
Yeah,
kid.
no, you can't. I can't. I'm telling you, man. It's just things about that kid. I don't think any player I've ever had.
Did he play soccer?
No, no, he just played. He played hard, man. He
Ooh, he
was
was
a
tough.
Yeah, he was a 5'11", tough. I'm not talking about Alex Shackley. We're talking about Matola that
Okay,
played
yeah,
with
I got it
Jan.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Alex was a real like he went to Dartmouth and then won an NIT championship at George Washington. Oof. Um, at the wing, I'll go with Tyus Battle.
Okay, yeah.
Um, oof. See now, I put Jaron at the point, and then I have Paul Mulcahy. It's so I'll put Paul Mulcahy as a kind of
Oh yeah.
all-purpose kind of to play the 1, 2, 3. We'll do that.
Yes.
Uh, and the last one, again, I would just because of what they did, and I don't know if you remember him, it was Dom Hoffman who ended up going to Bucknell. One of them
Oh
six
yeah.
five
Yes.
six.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Smart. Woo.
yeah, listen, those three, and they all played the same team. Look, Jaron, Alex, and Dom. People don't understand. Like that's when I started with that group. What they accomplished, and I think most people in the basketball world tell you, that group was a little different because
It got my
that
attention. That's
yeah,
how I was able to meet you by watching those
a
games.
hundred,
I
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Because you got to remember, back then, you had the Patrick School,
Oh.
well, St. Pat's at the time with Kyrie. You had Kyle Anderson. You had St. Anthony's. You had Hudson
Yeah.
Catholic, Roselle Catholic. I mean, I mean, it was a gauntlet. And
Yeah.
they were able to get to a state championship and lose, obviously, to St. Anthony's in that final.
Great
But
St. Anthony's team.
yeah, I mean, so look, that group, yeah, that would be it. I mean, there's some close ones in there too. I mean, I could say Mackenzie and Baco coming off the bench, but yeah, I'm talking for high school.
Yeah.
I would be the five. I think would be the ones that I could say more
Yo,
or
yo,
less.
man, you made my day. I
No,
got
I
to
appreciate
interview
it,
you.
brother.
I always call you my second favorite coach
You,
next to the Phil
you,
Colicchio,
you,
who's
you,
been my friend for 30 years. But you are so cool, man.
you must have really been thinking about me, or this had to be a destiny because I swear to you, maybe about a week ago, I don't know, maybe a few days, I watched that video of you interviewing me. I don't know how I got it. And so I'm like,
Oh my
so
gosh.
this is like a strange coincidence, but it's a
The,
good one. Maybe there
the
was a
second
destiny
you
to
won,
fulfill.
I said, I got to get this guy.
No. That's but yeah, no, it was great, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope we
Yo,
can get one tomorrow. Yeah,
go get that tomorrow and be rooting so hard, man. Please.
I appreciate it, brother. No,
All
I
right.